He asked a question about health care. Do you remember this? Watch this.
Between you, many people watching at home have health insurance coverage through their employer. Who here would abolish their private health insurance in favor of a government-run plan? Just a show of hands.
Now, if you're not aware of what that is called bullshit. And watch what I'll explain to you after. Here we go. And people are like, hey, how come Tulsi isn't raising her hand? Why isn't Tulsi raising her hand? Well, here's why. Rokana says, important, Warren and Sanders' plan allows supplemental insurance after providing great health care through Medicare and including dental and vision. So if people really wanted services, in addition, they still have that option. Let's not fall into the media trap, which is exactly what that is. So then the right wing can run against them. They want to get rid of fucking private insurance altogether. They want to, that Bernie Sanders, well, here, Cenk Uygur said, our defining moment on our first night of the debate, only Elizabeth Warren and Bill de Blasio raised their hands. That was the correct answer. That was the bold answer and the winning answer. The rest of them, I honestly don't think had the courage to do that. Well, he says, no, Cenk, it was a trick question. Medicare for All does not abolish private health insurance. The moderators framed it in a gross far-right way, and nobody called them out. You can't win by putting your hand up or keeping it down there. Right. Both are wrong. So, even people like Cenk Uygur, who's I think is an honest actor, even he made that mistake. And Kyle Kulinski straightened him out. And what do you guys have to say about that? Anything?
That's all I got, Jimmy. That's all I got.
But you watch these debates, and it's so skilled at what they're doing. The debates are for people that are sort of passively paying attention. It's not for people like all of us here in this room that know the bullshit. It's for people who go, yeah, I mean, Liz Warren, if you didn't know anything about her, or you listened to her or Kamala on night 2, you'd go, oh, they're pretty progressive, and oh, they're women, and okay, yeah. You wouldn't know, oh man, who they get their money from, because that takes digging and research, because the mainstream media is not going to go, oh, Kamala Harris gets money from private prisons. Beto O'Rourke is the number 2 benefactor of oil money. You're not going to hear that from these guys. You're going to get these bullshit questions. So it's just the theater of letting, and you saw what it is going to be. It's going to be Booker, Kamala, and Warren teaming up against Bernie. That's what this whole first round of this fucking professional wrestling bullshit is. That's what this is all about.
Yes. Well, and Kamala Harris is already backtracking from Medicare for All, because the question was, do you want to abolish private insurance? Do you want to abolish it? And no, they don't want to abolish it. But Kamala Harris raised her hand, and then she said, just ask Kamala Harris after the debate about raising her hand to the health insurance question. She said she interpreted the question to mean her own insurance plan.
Oh, because whenever you ask a presidential candidate, I just thought you were asking what I personally thought. I mean, I won't take oil money, just me, Graham Elwood, but as president, oh, fuck yeah, it's going to be oil all day, night. Yeah, for sure.
So here's what Elizabeth Warren said. Elizabeth Warren said, hey, Bernie Sanders got a runway for that, meaning Medicare for All. I think we get everybody together, and that's what it is. We'll decide what Medicare for All is. That's what she says. She goes, I've also co-sponsored other bills, including expanding Medicaid as another approach that we use. But what's really important to me about this is we never lose sight of what the center is, because the center is about making sure that every single person in this country gets the coverage they need, and it's a price that they can afford. What the fuck? And her current 2019 presidential website doesn't include a section specifically for healthcare or Medicare for All, which it did when she was running for Senate. In fact, Medicare for All is mentioned just one time in the Rebuild the Middle Class section, with an indirect reference to putting a down payment on Medicare for All. And even Mike Figueredo, who's from here in Portland, he did a video saying Warren's silence on Medicare for All is absolutely deafening. All I'm saying, it's not just me saying it, it's fucking everybody saying it. So it's weird to see progressives getting so excited about Warren when they don't see her as another Obama 2.0, which is what I see her as. She knows all the words, she knows exactly what to say, but when push comes to shove, she didn't endorse Bernie Sanders in 2016. She said she was American Indian, and she didn't go to fucking Standing Rock, and she only gets on board when it's fucking safe.
She also voted to give Trump an additional $80 billion for the war machine in October of 2017. So let's not forget that. She says we can have a green military, which is like, man, I'm sure everybody in the Middle East will be so happy that they're going to be bombed with rockets powered by biodiesel.
Here's her big idea. Elizabeth Warren, Pfizer promised they wouldn't raise prices, then turned around and raised them anyway. We can't count on the drug companies to tackle rising drug costs, so Congress must. We can start by passing my bill to put a $500 monthly cap on what families pay for What the fuck? You know, 50% of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency, you motherfucker. What are you talking about? $500 from every family to the fucking drug companies? Go fuck yourself. From every family. So here's Elizabeth Warren. This guy tweets it out. He goes, look, she has a sign for that. Protect choice, pay their taxes, invest in green jobs. I want big structural change, affordable childcare, cancel student debt. And this woman says, I like Elizabeth Warren. She's so much better than most Democrats and has a track record of confronting money interests. But so far, the way her campaign has handled healthcare, voters' top concern this cycle, per several polls, is disappointing. Where's the Medicare for All sign? No Medicare for All sign. And if Elizabeth Warren becomes president, you're not getting fucking Medicare for all, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't happening. Same thing with Kamala Harris. Same thing with everybody else.
Jimmy, I'm so glad that you say that because I was just in Seattle and I said something about, after Best Things, I said something about Joe Biden and everyone, they thought, oh, that was funny because he's kind of a joke, you know? But then I said something about Elizabeth Warren and they all went, oh. So I thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're in a safe place. And the other thing that's so mystifying to me is this is the primary. We should be vetting all of these candidates. That's what this process is about.
That's what this is.
Like, if you have legitimate issues with Bernie or Tulsi, great, let's fucking talk. That's what the primary process is about. We need to hear who all of these people are. That's what this is about. This just fucking rubber stamp 18
You have 30
months from
seconds. Wrap it up.
Russia's our biggest problem. Io soy Russia e problema. Muy difícil problema. No más Putin. Por favor.
Hey, we just added St. Louis and Honolulu to our live tour schedule. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows. We might be coming to your town. Go check right now at jimmydorecomedy.com. And if you like the show and want to support it, become a premium member. You can become a patron or through PayPal, or go right to jimmydorecomedy.com and become a premium member. That's the best way. We'll see you at a live show.